Hello everybody, Killatia here, and today we are reviewing Pinball FX3 on the Nintendo Switch. It's also available on the Xbox One, PS4, and the PC, but we're taking a look at the Nintendo Switch version specifically for this episode, simply because, well, I actually got a review copy for this game, as well as review copy for the few pinball tables available for the game. So, anyways, obviously the big difference between 3 and 2 is 1, better graphics, and 2, there's actually some gameplay mechanics that will allow you to actually obtain upgrades for the different pinballs. For example, you can get bonus points for hitting the bumpers more. You can also activate a limited time double multipliers to get more points within a certain amount of time. And of course, if you don't want these upgrades available, you can also turn them off, or that play the pinball the good old-fashioned way. So yeah, so let's get to that rate. The Nintendo Switch version looks pretty good. Obviously it's not gonna look as good as, say, the PC version, but the graphics are pretty spot on, even if it is looking a little bit more jaggedy. Now, I have played this in regular handheld mode in addition to dock, and I gotta say, the frame rate gets cut in half. Like, I really don't understand it. I mean, obviously handheld mode is a little bit more weaker than dock, but it still kind of took me by surprise how much of an impact the frame rates took. However, the game still played fine, and the triggers on the Joy-Con controls work pretty well. Another neat feature in handheld mode is that if you press this button right here, you can actually change the aspect ratio to be more vertical, so you can actually play pinball almost like you would with a real pinball. And you can use like touchscreens to control the flippers and such, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. Not exactly a game-changing moment, but it is a little extra to give the Nintendo Switch version a much-needed a much-needed exclusive feature over its competitors. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So, anyways, what about the pinball tables themselves? Well, let's actually get a little bit more detailed into that. The first pinball table we're taking a look at is Soros Leo. Now, this one is the free pinball table you get with every download of Pinball FX3. And I gotta say, for a free pinball table, it's pretty detailed. From the artwork on the tables to the blinking lights all over, and even to the animated set piece throughout the tables, like the willow tree to the right and the sorcerer on top. Everything about the table that oozes with details. Not to mention there are plenty of cool mission objectives here as well, like trying to get rid of all of the different ghosts on the table, squashing out spiders, or even trying to get through like a contraption like maze that's hidden underneath the table. And I do have to say the physics are pretty much spot on with this pinball table. I should also note that I was also using the Nintendo Switch Pro controller during dock mode gameplay, and the triggers themselves were pretty responsive, maybe a little bit better than the triggers on the Joy-Con controllers. Not by much, but sort of noticeable. I should also point out that each pinball table will also have challenges to complete. Like here in Soros Leo, there's 1 ball challenge, 5-minute challenge, and survival challenge. If I have to rate the pinball table, it'll get a B from me. It's a very solid pinball table with lots of unique objective and a bright and colorful table. Now, there are certainly going to be paid pinball tables that are better than this one, and perhaps even some that are worse. but this is a pretty solid table for being free. Next up is Adventureland, which should have just been called Carnival, because that's exactly what it is, a carnival. That look at it, all the details and the graphics all scream carnivals, and the pinball railing to the sides do mimic roller coasters that you see at carnivals. There was even a cute looking Ferris wheel to the left side of the playing field. I mean, there's nothing really here that screams Adventureland. It should have honestly just been called Carnival. But the biggest disappointment in this table is some of the objectives here. I just don't really understand how they are supposed to function. I don't really find them really entertaining, which is kind of sad because they're supposed to be a carnival. Everything about this should be entertaining, but the objectives just don't. I'm gonna give Adventureland a B-. Yeah, the objectives are not that entertaining, but the physics and the overall aesthetics of this table really saved this game from, you know, being lower than a B-. And lastly, we're taking a look at Son of Zeus. And just look at this table. Out of all the 3 tables I was able to obtain for the Switch version, this one is oozing with the most detail. I mean, you got Hercules waiting for a battle. You got a volcano on the upper left corner. You have a giant snake waiting to be attacked. And you got a little spinning area where you can actually summon a Medusa objective on this board. Not to mention the animation that happened on this board when Hercules is battering the giant snake. It's pretty amazing and probably won't be the second best thing about this table. But the best part about this table is that you actually get to fight against the volcano. I mean, which other pinball game can you think of where you're actually fighting an active lava-filled volcano? Now, the only bad side about this table is that it's a little bit on the small side. But honestly, with so much detail on this table, that's kind of forgivable. Honestly, I would give this table a solid A, and definitely a must-have table for any Pinball FX3 owner. It should also be noted that if you play the previous Pinball FX2, and if you obtain a good amount of pinball tables in that game, then they will automatically be upgraded to Pinball FX3 with all of the upgrades to the gameplay and graphics, which is actually a very nice touch from Zen Studios. I know this to be true on the PC side of things, and I think it's also true on the Xbox and PlayStation side. I'm not 100% sure on the Nintendo side, because we're going from the Nintendo Wii U up to the Nintendo Switch, but still, that's actually a very pro-consumer thing to do by Zen Studio. So overall, I do enjoy my time with Pinball FX3 on the Nintendo Switch, and I'll probably get a few more pinball tables on the Switch as well, because like I would love to have these good pinball tables on the go. It should also be noted that the prices on the pinball tables will vary. I seen it on the eShop from $3 all the way up to $20 depending on what kind of table it is and if it's in a bundle or not. So definitely something to consider. Anyways, it is Killatia signing off. Hope to see you next time.